So where did you guys meet? Was it in LA or was it somewhere else?
I was in LA, yeah.
We met in LA,
LA? So what brought you all to LA? Different paths?
I'd played music my whole life, but I was thinking I was going to be an actor, and I did do that for a minute, but my heart fell back into music because that's where the real is for me, you know? And then eventually I came across this creature.
And I was just there to find musicians to play with.
Were you? Yeah.
Because every other project I had created kind of like self-destructed for one reason or another, because even though musicians are so kind and friendly and will do everything for free, they're also sometimes like pretty self-destructive
absolutely,
people.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so how about you?
Yeah, I came into the picture, I guess about 3 years ago now. Yeah, my girlfriend at the time was actually a fan of these two, and she really pushed me to go out for it. And so I did, and it was definitely a magical experience from the beginning.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
So Pacific Northwest, somewhere I read that one of the two of you is from the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, that's me.
That's her,
Shoot.
yeah.
So whereabouts? Right?
I'm from Eugene.
Eugene, Oregon. And how about yourself?
I'm from Toledo, Ohio.
Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah.
Interesting. Because when I listen to your music, I hear, really, it's kind of odd, but I had to write it down because it's kind of like an Adirondacky, Americana, bluegrassy undertone.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, no, I mean, guys,
The
acoustic
stuff.
The acoustic stuff. I'm speaking.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get a little different taste of us.
It's kind of funny though that comes through in its most natural form.
That's awesome. I love that.
It'll probably be a little different, than that. But
Yeah,
tonight,
no, I looked at some of your live video and I can certainly tell that
it's.
you know attack it from a different place.
Yeah, the bluegrass is very much undertoned in our rock set.
In the rock.
But I think in general when you're looking at writers, I mean writers when they sit down in their most elemental form, that's coming out is usually the root.
Sure.
Wow.
Let me ask you this. I mean, the whole Myspace Records thing for me it was really odd because it came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden here you guys are. You're signed to Myspace Records. How did that whole thing happen? Were you one of the first to get
Tom
signed
came
to
to our
Myspace?
show.
We were one of the
I was going to ask
Yeah.
you that. I thought it just sounded too bizarre that he would actually come to your show.
No,
First
he really did.
rock
Really?
act.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like rock, like first hard.
Rock
What
act that they
VH1
have.
classify us as hard rock, maybe?
Yeah.
Well, I only classify music by VH1 standards. I'm
I know.
joking. I thought we were on film here
He's
for a
kidding.
second.
Well, I noticed on your Myspace site it says that your soul. I think there's three things, and one of them
Yeah.
is soul.
Yeah, soul, R&B, indie.
But
gospel.
anyway, so the
He did
Myspace
come.
Records thing. So it just you guys were one of the first to sign with them.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it just seemed to make a lot of sense at the time. It was
Yeah.
MySpace was just seemed like it was a powerful vehicle for us to get ourselves
They've
out
been
there.
so
you know?
so supportive. It's
Yeah, I
been
can
really
imagine.
been amazing. Like as far as you hear all these horrible things about labels and like they're not going to support you. They won't put you on the road unless it's a worthy project to be on the road for. And that's just been totally untrue for us.
For
like,
us,
we know that
yeah.
we need to be on the road, and they keep us
Yeah.
on the road no matter what is going on, and that's been really helpful because that's the most important thing for this band.
It's one of the reasons why we
Yeah,
chose them, because we really felt like they had our back.
So in terms of the way that the music business is changing, and we're all kind of sitting back, still holding our breath, trying to figure out where it's all going to land, right?
Sure.
But MySpace seems to be kind of at the center of the new universe, let's say. Which in itself is kind of interesting for you guys to be a young act, and here you are, kind of at the beginning of this whole new galaxy, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's changing. It is changing so fast, and who knows what's going to be the center of the galaxy next year. Yeah, it's a rapidly evolving world, the internet, and yeah, you're right. Everyone's scrambling to figure out how to make sense of it.
Who writes the songs, lyrics, and music?
I write the lyrics and the vocal melodies. He writes all the guitar parts.
Do you write while you're on the road?
Not that much. I
really.
mean, it's like you try to find time here, but it's like you get a day off. It's like you don't really get a day off.
Yeah.
You don't get time off. And you
there's
know
not.
what? When we jump into a room for one day when we're back, it happens really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, creation's got to come out of some kind of peace, and there's no peace on the road.
True that.
It's just chaos,
Yeah,
nonstop
I mean,
movement,
And you're never alone for 5 weeks.
Yeah.
You don't get one moment alone. You can't. You lose touch with everybody in your life. Yeah.
Pretty wild.
So you guys are headed now to like
Arizona. We got about 2 weeks off, which would be nice. We got a little break there for Thanksgiving. We're doing a
Shooting
music video for Gravity, which is our
Okay.
single right now, and then then we're taking off and we're doing like East Coast and the South and every place we haven't been to over the last few weeks. So
Yeah. So Iron Man, this song Iron Man, my daughter actually played me this song last night, which I absolutely love. I thought it was a great song. Great song. But is this off your latest album? Is
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
Is this your first album, this one?
yeah,
For full length,
We have
yeah.
2 EPs and a 7-inch
Well, I noticed
with...
there was some other stuff floating around.
Yeah.
So, but this is the
our
first
full length.
full-length CD album for Myspace Records. Okay?
Yes.
And it's self-titled. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Iron Man is on that CD.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah. That's a great song.
Thank you.
How long ago did you write that?
A while ago.
That was written like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think the guitar
years
part
ago.
was written like a long ass, and it just kind of lingered on. And I don't know, one of us played it.
Tim, we had I had a bunch of like acoustic stuff that we
Yeah.
never touched that you guys did before I was in the band,
Right.
and we were meeting with our producer, and it was like, well, let's do one off the wall thing.
He was like,
And
we want
Iron Man
something
was the
kind of-
first one we played for him, and he was like, that's the one.
He
We're doing
wanted
that.
something just like mellow and acoustic and pretty, and we were just getting started to like show the
Yeah, we
catalog
were gonna
of
play him like Bang Bang. And,
Yeah,
Who
and he
is
was
this?
like,
Who,
that
who
one.
was the producer?
Tim Edgar.
So what's the next step for you guys? I mean, what's next?
Tour,
2010's
and
coming up.
hopefully make another record.
We're also doing a movie. She's doing a movie. We're all in the movie actually. And it's going to be featured.
It's called Answers to Nothing,
Wow. So
and it'll come out probably next year. sometime.
independent film.
Yep, it's an indie film.
Who else is in it? Anybody we know?
Dan,
Dane Cook.
Dan's in
Danny
it.
Pan's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They kind of threw a curveball at me, and they made me be the drummer in the movie.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not prepared. I need more
Studying.
time. I'm taking acting lessons and everything.
Yeah, it's all about dance.
He's giving me new tambourine techniques for the movie and everything. I'm pretty excited.
One of the questions I wanted to ask you, what if there was something that kept you up at night, a world cause idea that made you lose sleep, what would that be?
Oh, the thing that kept me up at night is
Yeah.
definitely making sure that everybody in the world gets water, because I think that's a right that everybody deserves to have, and just as much as air. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, for me, that's definitely something that's been on my mind for a long time. I hate the idea that certain people can't get to clean water, and I hate the idea that we have the resources to help people get to clean water and we still don't do it. So.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of people. I mean, Jules moving in that direction. She's got a non-profit. She's
Yeah,
doing some
I
work.
saw that. Yeah.
Another group called Charity Water.
I love
Yeah.
you. We've done an event
Yeah.
for Charity Water.
Yeah,
and
they're
we raised so
great,
much money
great
for them.
group. Yeah. So there's definitely some movement in that direction. How about you guys? What would keep you up at night?
The environment is definitely
Environment, yeah.
definitely a big issue. It's frustrating. I mean, it's incredibly frustrating when you really are faced with the reality and the statistics and the direction we're heading. It's scary.
It
It's
definitely
scary, and then the fact that nobody really knows what to do about it, other than like separate your trash and your plastic and
The elementary stuff, yeah.
But it's like, nobody knows what the solution is.
Yeah.
Or somebody does, but we don't.
Like as far as like I'm a big fan of truth, so I just wish like that one of the people in public and the higher powers would actually speak truth to the people rather than lie to us on a day-to-day basis. That bothers me all the time. I hate being lied to,
Absolutely.
especially by like people that are supposed to be in power.
You're looking up to, yeah.
Yeah, I don't look up to them. No.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.